about a one-hit wonder. Ice, baby. David Blog trips, fall, slips in my DMX voice. Lions lose to the Minnesota Vikings 20-7. He just threw a pick down the seam where the receiver was like quadruple covered. But at the end of the day, Lions on their third string quarterback. What did you expect? I think the game was a 13-point game in the Vegas books, and the Lions lose exactly by 13. So Vikings cover. Lions lose the game 20-7. I thought it would be worse than what it is. But the problem with the Minnesota Vikings is this, man. They don't have a killer at quarterback. Kirk Cousins is the new Trent Dilfer. He is a safety first quarterback who it's exceptions to the rule. Every now and again, he'll have a game where they go crazy. But Kirk Cousins, your team usually embodies a personality. Mike Zimmer's a tough guy, but Kirk Cousins ain't no killer. They should have won this fight. They should have won this game. I'm looking at the Tony Harrison, Jamel Charlo highlight on Fox. The promo. They should have won this game by 30 points. But let's talk about it. We back. Mercy Sports Talk. Hit the subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. You know how we do go through the stats. David Blog was 205 yards, 24 for 40, 1 TD, 2 interceptions. And this Minnesota Viking defense is real, real good. Harrison Smith made some plays out there. Daniil Hunter had some sack out there. Bo Scarborough, 19 carries, 65 yards, 3.4 yards a carry. I think with a better offensive line, he possibly can be a prospect to start or be a part of backfield long term for the Lions. Galley, he scored a touchdown at the end to stop it from being a shutout. He was 6 catches, 58 yards, 1 TD. Marvin Jones had 3 catches, 38 yards. Amendola, 5 catches, 34 yards. Jesse James caught a ball today, 1 catch, 23 yards. For all that money they paid him. Logan Thomas has 2 catches, 21 yards. And nothing else to speak about. Trey Flowers had a sack today. That's a six straight sack in 6 straight games. So he's starting to heat up, but he needs some help. He need a hand, and they need a pass rusher to come out there and help him out there as well. That's why I said Ed Oliver would have been a perfect pick for that. Kirk Cousins, he was 242 yards, 1 TD, 24 for 30. Very similar to the Blog, but Blog didn't have the help that Kirk Cousins had. Dalvin Cook, he was a little bit hurt. 18 carries, 62 yards, 1 TD. Alexander Madison, who I like a lot, man. 14 carries, 46 yards. Stephon Diggs, he made some plays. He beat Slay on his own cover one time. He was playing soft, and he caught a little curl or speed out. Then he beat Slay on a play that set up a touchdown for Johnson, which was Kirk Cousins' only touchdown throw of the game. But Diggs made enough plays, and other than that, they didn't need Adam Thielen. I think he's suffering from a lower body injury. Daniil Hunter had 3 sacks to be exact. Jaleel Johnson had 1. Everson Griffin had 1. He's still doing it at a high level. So, talk about Minnesota real quick. Like I said, they don't have a killer mentality. And I think that's because of their quarterback. And then their coach don't do well in big games. These are the type of games Minnesota win. We didn't have a quarterback play. They should have stumped us in the ground and left no doubt. At the end of the game, I don't know why they went for fourth down, but hey, it didn't matter. They still won the game, so it won't be a nail in Mike Zimmer's chest. But something about this team that don't really embody his personality with that killer instinct. But it was no doubt in my mind watching the game that the Lions was going to lose this game. Even going before the game, I thought they would lose the game. I thought it'd be worse than what it was. The Lions have led every game this year except for this game. And, the more footage teams see on Driscoll and Blog and other quarterbacks, this is what you get. You know what I'm saying? They're going to start to see what you do well, what you don't do well as they get more footage on you. And Blog, he got to taste that Minnesota Vikings defense is a little bit better than the Chicago Bears defense. But the thing about it is Minnesota play a lot of single high safety. Put Harrison Smith in the box. And if you got the offensive lineman and your backs can pick up that extra blitzer, you have opportunities on the outside to defeat them, and they took their chances in. And Blog couldn't get to Galloway, he couldn't get to Jones out there, man. It's a way to beat that Minnesota defense, man. You see, every now and again a special quarterback come in there and do it, but Minnesota played a conservative game. They handed the ball off. Kirk Cousins didn't lose the game, and that was the bottom line. And for a long time with the Detroit Lions, the offense and defense can never be on the same page for an entire year, let alone for an entire possession. I mean, for an entire game. Sometimes it happens with the defense and offense. Every now and again, they have a breakout game together, but it's very, very seldom as you get a blue moon. So today, the offense let them down. Today, the defense, they played good, but I felt that Blog was able to put up more points. I felt that Minnesota would have still put up more points. Minnesota played conservative. They played not to lose the game. And when you got a third-string quarterback, they approached it different. Just like when Matthew Stafford was in the game, they took more chances down the field and did more things, explosive plays, because Matthew Stafford was a threat. Minnesota just played accordingly. But if you can get Kirk Cousins to play in that high pace affair and go ball for ball or touchdown for touchdown. If you Brady, you Rodgers, you who else you got out there? Patrick Mahomes or guys like that, Drew Brees. You feel comfortable that Kirk Cousins just gonna make the play that cost him the game, and that's just the fact. I watched Kirk Cousins at Michigan State. He wasn't that good, but he adequate, and he was good enough to beat the Lions today, and I don't think anybody thought any different. But one thing I can say is that the Lions have not given up on Matt Patricia. They still going out there to earn their paycheck. So you got to respect that. They going out there to get the bag. So you got guys still going out there to get the bag and stack their chips together and still giving the effort for the city. It does matter, but some people are so tired of the Lions. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just tired of the Lions, man. We tired of losing. I got a video coming up. People talking about they should change their name. And, Chris Spielman sitting here saying, be patient, be patient. He comparing, I'm watching the end of this 49ers and Saints game. The Saints just scored a touchdown. And saying, oh, look at what John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan did in San Francisco. For one, they didn't inherit a 9-17. Okay, Chris Spielman, let me talk to him real quick. For two, the second year their quarterback did get hurt. That is true. But look how well they drafted. DeForest Buckner. They had some bad draft picks, like the other guy from Stanford they got. He hasn't done well. But they brought Richard Sherman over. They already had Jimmy Ward over there. They just put a better team together. It's just plain and simple. So we supposed to get them 3 years hoping that it'll turn out like San Francisco. But I don't have no problem with them coming back next year because Martha Ford ain't gonna find nobody that's the right fit for the Detroit Lions anyway. And I believe that. I don't think she's gonna find the right fit for the Detroit Lions. So really, it's kind of we waiting for her to kind of move on and do what she's gonna do, and hopefully her family do the right thing, sell the team to somebody that actually care and wants to put a winner together for the city of Detroit. But right now, Spielman probably right. Give him another chance, build their vision, and we already know how that's gonna end. He came in to be a defensive coach. 1 minute he say, give Patricia, give Quinn a chance, but the defense has regressed and the defense need to be fixed. What are you talking about? We just spent all this money on Flowers. He spent all this money at Coleman. He the worst defender in coverage in the National Football League. They got rid of Quadre Diggs. They're trying to get rid of Darius Slay. They brought Jerry Davis back to be the linebackers. They did nothing to improve the linebacker core. They didn't bring Tavai in. It's going to take some time for him. And they trading players off and all of this, but he came in and improved the defense, and nothing has improved. So we supposed to, give him 3 years, but it don't matter to me. Seemed like Chris Pillman got a Cash App payment from the Fords and from the Detroit Lions, which they should have gave that payment to Calvin Johnson, so he can come back and represent the Detroit Lions and the money they took from him. But yeah, the team ain't given up on him yet, but. I remember I was watching 97 The Ticket this morning. They said they wish they would have given up on the Detroit Lions by now. Detroit Lions would have gave up on Patricia. And what you got to remember is Patricia never got a chance, a fair shake in Detroit as far as from the media. And part of that is not because Matt Patricia was a bad guy, what he done back in the day, spring break, to a young lady. That had nothing to do with it. The Detroit media, let me know, everybody watching this from Minnesota or anybody else going to watch this, the Detroit media and the Detroit Lions are freaking like Vegeta and Goku. They got to work together, but they really don't like each other. You know what I'm saying? The media is like Vegeta. They tired of the Lions. They witnessed the Tigers winning something. A lot of them. They witnessed the Red Wings winning something. They witnessed the Pistons win something. And now that those three teams are kind of going through their turmoil right now, now the Lions supposed to carry the torch, and they're not carrying the torch. So the media are holding the Detroit Lions accountable more than ever. Thus, 97 won the ticket getting cut off from Lions games, and Mike Valenti being asked to not tell the truth about the Lions, and he getting, they beefing with the Detroit Lions organization. Thus, the Lions might leak out some, we traded this guy, or we acquired this guy, we signed this guy to an extension, but they'll tell Adam Schefter, or they'll tell Ian Rappaport, they'll never tell the local media about it. So the Vegeta and Goku beef between the Lions and the media, and the Lions are 100% at fault. The media is just telling it how it is. They're not going to sell wolf tickets to the fans and say, the Lions going to make the Super Bowl this year, or they much improved, when we've been seeing the same script for how long? Since 1991. We've been seeing the same script. A lot of players came out and said, like Lumis Brown, I'm not in the Hall of Fame because the Detroit Lions, ruined my resume. They ruined my career. We was overlooked because we didn't win nothing. Even though I was an All-Pro this many times, Pro Bowler this many times, second team All-Pro this many times. So at the end of the day, the Detroit Lions organization, instead of fixing their problem and owning and taking the responsibility because they messed up this franchise that was a proud, accomplished franchise before they took over in 1957, they want to blame everybody else. They want to blame the media. They want to blame, some of the fans that were voting against them. And other than that, man, it's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate that the Lions don't look themselves in the face, or the Force look themselves in the face and say, we cannot get the job done. We need to sell this team, or we got a problem. All right, let's have a lunch gathering for the media and see if we can repair this relationship. They like two grumpy old men. Nobody want to admit they're wrong, but the Lions organization is wrong because they failed to win. Every other team in this city, they went through their bad times, but they gave us really, really good times. And the Lions have yet to give us a really, really good time or a championship run or make it to the championship. So, it is what it is, man. We got 3 more games of this. And I'm just like, I'm numb. I've been going through this since a kid. You try to switch teams, you want to switch teams, but you just attached to the Lions. And you know what? It's gonna make when we get to the mountaintop that much sweeter, hopefully. But congratulations, Minnesota, 20-7. It is what it is. Mercy Sports Talk. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email. If you got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, want to make a donation, that link subscription. Best way to donate is share the video. Check my other channel out for more sports, music, entertainment outside of the city of Detroit. It's at Goodfellas Sports TV. Appreciate everybody for checking in. One time for the one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfellas. We gone.